Hi everybody, welcome back. This is Winston and he came to see our lesson today because he is really excited because he loves spag, don't you, Winston? Yeah, put your hand up if you love spag. Yeah, he loves spag. So he's come to do our lesson with us today. He's just going to sit down there. Now, what I'd like you to do is pause the video for me and write your date and learning objective super neatly in your book. Okay, so you can see from our LO up there in black, just up there, that today we're going to go back to our work on prefixes and suffixes. And we had a little break for Word Class Wednesday, but today we are going to be thinking about prefixes and suffixes. So before we do that, we are going to go and look at another number root. Are you ready? You are going to think about what you notice. Okay, so you might want to pause the video. I'm going to move the screen across. It always does this. Why does it do that? Very strange. I don't think technology likes me, but here we go. So I have got a bunch of words and pictures there, and I want you to have a chat with the people around you about what you notice. So you might want to pause the video. Okay, so today I have given you the number root try, and try is Latin and it means 3. So you can see here in the picture I've got 3 babies, and when we have 3 babies they are called triplets. We don't say triplets, we say triplets, but it's definitely got that try number root in it. We also have a certain very famous superhero who carries this stick with 3 spikes on it, and it's called a trident. And it's called a trident because it's got 3 spikes on it. The dent part actually means teeth. So it hasn't got 3 spikes, it's got 3 teeth. The dent part means teeth. That's why you go to the dentist when you get your teeth fixed. So, a little bit of Latin for you there. We have a tripod for a camera. When I was a little girl, I remember my dad had a really big tripod because he used to love taking his photos. But you use a tripod and you put your camera on top so that when you're taking your photo, it doesn't sort of wobble about and spoil your photo. And you will notice that tripods have 3 legs. So we've got 3 babies, 3 spikes, 3 legs. We've got a tricycle here, which has got 3 wheels. We have got a triceratops, which is a dinosaur that has 3 horns. Look, 1 on his nose, 2, 3. Triceratops, tripod, tricycle, triangle. So when we think about triangles, we think, oh, that's the one that's got 3 sides. But actually, the name is triangle. So it's got 3 angles or 3 corners here. Look, 1, 2, 3. And yes, of course, it has 3 sides as well. The name, actually, if you translate it, means it's got 3 angles. So that's quite interesting. So that is our word root of the day. We're going to move on and look at some prefixes and suffixes today. So have a chat with the people around you. My screen's gone wonky again. Goodness me. I want you to see if you can answer these questions. So what is a suffix? What is a prefix? Can you remember the difference between a prefix and a suffix? And what examples can you think of? Have a little think about that. Okay, so let's move on. I asked you to think about those questions just then, and I'm going to give you a bit of help now and remind you in case you've forgotten. So prefixes go on the beginning of a word. So we had the word, let's talk about the word unhappy. So we talked about that the other day. So you can be happy, but if you add the prefix un, which you can see on the screen up here, you get the word unhappy, and that means the opposite. You can see it means not. So we've got happy, and then we can add the prefix un, and we get the word unhappy. So we add those 2 little letters, change the meaning of the word completely. So that's prefixes. They go on the beginning. And suffixes are also little groups of letters. They're not complete words. They're little groups of letters, usually, 2 or 3 or 4 maybe. And they go on the end of the word. So prefixes on the beginning, suffixes on the end. So we've got some examples here. You could have beauty and then add the full suffix. You'd have to get rid of the Y first, obviously, change it for an I. But you could have beauty and full, which makes beautiful. Okay, you could have hope and less and form the word hopeless. So adding those little suffixes on the end changes the meaning of the word. And we are going to be thinking today about some suffixes that form verbs and adverbs. So all of the words that you write down today are going to be verbs or adverbs. So verbs are your action words. So jump, eat, sing, ate, chopped, will, jump, you know, all those action words, words that talk about actions, doing words, we sometimes call them. And your adverbs are words that describe actions. So I jumped carefully, quietly. They tell us when or where or how a verb is happening, when or where or how. So you can see the table that I've created on the board, and I've already put some examples on there to help you. Your job today, and you can work with people around you, and if you're in class, you can do it with the children around you, and if you're at home, you don't have to do it all on your own. You can talk to grown-ups or maybe siblings that you might have at home and see how many words you can get onto your grid. So I'm going to talk you through the examples. All the words on this side of the grid are adverbs. So they are my words that describe an action, describe a verb. So we've got the word carefully, gently. There are lots and lots of adverbs that end in ly. Not all adverbs, but a good amount of adverbs end in ly. So I imagine that you will have lots and lots of words in this column. Okay. Then the next one is, this is quite an old-fashioned way of talking, using wise or ward. That is two different suffixes, but you can see the examples I've got there. You can go forward, or what's the opposite of forward? Because you could put that one on your list, couldn't you, as well? Okay, so that's the ward and the wise suffix. They create adverbs. Adverbs are words that describe a verb or an action. So that's this side of the grid. And then on this side of the grid, we are going to have loads and loads of verbs. And verbs are actions, things that you do. Okay, things that you do. I guess that's a good way of describing it. So I apologise when I get something wrong. You might think of other actions have the I's suffix in them. Apologise is a really good one. That's a thing that you do, isn't it? Okay, and en, that suffix there, you can darken something. What's the opposite, do you think, of darkening something? Because you can add that into this column here, couldn't you? That would be a good one to get you started. Okay, and these are some more suffixes that help us form verbs. So I want you to see how many words you can fit into this grid. You might want to pause the video, and again, if you are completing this lesson in school, you're going to show the teacher who is in school with you. And if you are completing this lesson as part of your home learning, your remote learning, then please take a photo of your completed work and send it in to the teacher who is on your home learning schedule for today. Have a great day. I hope you work hard and make really good choices, and I will see you all very, very soon. Bye.